Taxis in New York City have a long and fascinating history. Let's see how the taxi industry and its cars have evolved over time. In 1897, the first electric taxis appeared in New York City from the Electric Carriage and Wagon Company. They had room for 2 passengers, separate from the driver, who sat in the back high up. The taxi drivers set their own rates, so they demanded large sums. In 1907, Henry Allen, a New York businessman, was robbed by a taxi driver who asked him for $5, equivalent to $150 for a short ride. This led Allen to introduce meter taxis direct. He immediately imported 65 gasoline cars from France and established the New York Taxi Cab Company. Then, these taxis were repainted yellow to be visible from a distance. Later, more and more companies entered the New York City taxi market, including Ford Motor Company and General Motors. In 1930, the iconic DESOTO SKYVIEW and Checker taxis were introduced and dominated the taxi market for many years. In the 1930s, New York had 30,000 taxi drivers, but too few passengers. To control the taxi market, taxi licenses and medallions were imposed, which still exist today. Moreover, all licensed taxis had to be painted yellow to prevent people from getting into unauthorized taxis. Regarding the models of cars used by taxis, the Checker dominated until the 70s, when converted sedans such as the Dodge Coronet and Chevrolet Caprice replaced them. Ford followed with their popular Galaxie, and Plymouth launched its Fury 3. In the 1990s, the Galaxies and Fury 3 were replaced by the Ford Crown Victoria, Peugeot 505, and Chevrolet Caprice. The Ford Crown Victoria has dominated the city's taxis fleet for many years. The 2000s brought major changes among taxis. The City Hall has proposed a plan for switching to hybrid taxis. The Toyota Prius was one of the first hybrid cars used as taxis in New York, followed by the Ford Escape, Lincoln Town Car, Volkswagen Jetta, Ford Transit Connect, and Toyota Camry. Soon, minivans began to appear more and more often in the city. Toyota Sienna was the most popular in this category, but also Chevrolet Highlander or Lexus RX. Also after 2007, the representative stickers for taxis were redesigned. In 2011, the Nissan NV200 was chosen to gradually replace nearly 13,000 yellow taxis with a modern design and accessible for people with disabilities. It was introduced in 2013 but has faced several challenges and criticisms. Thus, the more affordable variants than the Nissan NV were the Toyota Prius V, Lexus RX 450h, and Toyota Highlander Hybrid. As of 2019, there are several models approved for use as medallion taxis. They must have air conditioning in the back and enough space between the seats to install a dividing wall. This is the path New York City's taxis have taken, from their iconic Checker to the modern and environmentally friendly cars.